Alright, this is part two, guys. And I went to the store a couple hours ago and I bought my two slices of Mexican pizza, my two garlic dips, and I got my barbecue sauce and my two drinks. And I'll watch my. I'm gonna eat my slices when the video gets uploaded. I'm gonna enjoy the show with you guys, obviously. All you nighters who are gonna watch movies at night, obviously, or the ones where you watch it when you wake up, or you watch it if you're a nighter, and the other side of the world who are awake, you guys will enjoy my video, obviously. Yeah, and you better enjoy the series while it's camera, because once I'm king, I'm not gonna make any listening videos for you, man. I'm peacing out. You're not gonna be saved. You'll be left behind. You'll be left behind, Samsara. You're not gonna be saved. You may be paid to be my wife. You're also gonna pay too. Have you done the right thing? And let me read it. It's not, Ivan. We couldn't do it, Ivan. We were too envious. Yes, you're fucking crazy people. You couldn't let go of your envy and just let me read your beer gun and see us in the public eye. All because you can't see me have sex. Because you're fucking crazy people, man. And you knew by doing this, I'd peace out when I'm king. And now you make your choice. When I'm king, you're left behind. You're not saved. You're not going to be saved. I'm going to keep saying that. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's how much money I'm willing to pay Peter and Mel Gibson. Obviously. Some say, obviously. So let's talk about my Zane's part. So once I don't know, let's say if I hire Peter Jackson and I hire Guillermo Toro, I'll be doing a couple days of meetings in my office. My nice Gran Turismo looking what? Gran Turismo looking property, right? Something like that, something beautiful. Obviously, I'm gonna do my meetings with Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro, and you can have Peter Jackson's wife. I'll tell Peter, your wife is more than help. If you want, I'm gonna tell Fran, if you want to help your husband, you're more than welcome to help your husband with the notes if you want. You can have Fran help out Peter with them. She most likely will. I'm more than happy to help Peter out, Ivan, with the notes. Yeah, if she co-wrote Lord of the Rings, you can have her help out Peter. And have Guillermo help out too, and George was that way he has more help. Peter has more help, obviously, you see what I'm saying? High chance Fran will help out Peter. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay Fran $50,000. That's a good paycheck for her. She lives in New Zealand, so she signed like her $1 million deal. That's a nice paycheck for an assistant producer, obviously. And Barry Osmond, I'll pay him $850K. And I heard he lives in New Zealand too. And so he'll make his like $1 million. It's a good paycheck. If they want like pieces of royalties or more money, I'm like, guys, I'm not gonna pay you like $2 million for assistant producer. You rip me off. $850K is good enough. You're being greedy as you didn't make this for Lord of the Rings, Barry, man. You probably made like $250K for Lord of the Rings. I'm paying you $850K. That's good enough. I have it's a deal. Yeah, it's a good deal, Samsara. So once I fly Peter to Vancouver and my 17 book his nice hotel suites, obviously him, Guillermo, Toro, Fran, and all them. I'll do the meetings with Peter for a good like couple days to a week. And we're going to discuss the movie. We're going to give Peter Jackson and Guillermo Toro the notes that VJ took. And we're going to discuss the movie with the concept artists, Peter Jackson, all them. Tell John Howe and Alan Lee and the one who drew for Pennywise account how you want the characters to look. Give them ideas for lands where they can begin drawing your world. For your world building for your movie, obviously. Okay, I want the North to be holy like Rivendell. I want the South to be cursed. You show them some pictures that give some ideas. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be a mystic veil in the South that veils the cursed South, and once the mist disappears, you're now in the South. You're in a different atmosphere. An Aratet's the king of the South. You're in the animal kingdom. An Aratet's the king of the South. He's a devil. Yeah, that's what the kind of masterpiece that I wrote. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Peter asked me, Ivan, how are you going to distribute your movie? By the way, yeah, Peter, I'm gonna partner with Amazon. Amazon, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan, are you? Is it online or like DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray? No, Peter, 4K Blu-ray. Oh, 4K Blu-ray, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Peter, 4K Blu-ray. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, that's fucking nuts. You're looking at an unheard of experience. You know what I'm saying? People get the theory system. Yeah, Ivan, if the world puts money into a theory system, looking at an unheard of experience at home, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, Peter, that 4K Blu-ray, Ivan, that's smart. And Ivan, you know your shit. You did your research, y'all. I'm like, yeah, Ivan, 4K Blu-ray is unheard of. It's better than even 1080p at the theaters, Ivan. The theater experience is cooler, Ivan, but in terms of technology, 4K Blu-ray is that's the best technology, Ivan, for movies, Ivan. Yeah, Peter, I'm going to release it in a box set. Oh, a box set, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, Peter. Ivan, you're gonna release it like are you gonna release it like year by year, or are you gonna like release it sell it a box? No, Peter, I'm gonna sell it as an entire box. I don't want to keep the fans waiting. Okay, Ivan, that's smart. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, why don't you release it year by year? You'll make more money. I'm like, Peter, I know why you want to do this. You want to make more money for yourself. I'm not gonna do it like that, man. I'm gonna release my Zane's movie as in a three volume box set, like your Hobbit and Lord of the Rings box set. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Ivan, not something like my Hobbit Lord of the Rings box set. Oh, I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, look at something unheard of. Looking at a nice box set, Ivan. I'm like, yeah. Holy shit, Ivan, your company's buried in Hollywood. Yeah, it is buried in Hollywood, I'm saying. I'm saying. Okay, Peter, how long will take how long of a script will it how long of a script will my Last of Us movie be? If I tell the whole story. Ivan, you're looking at a good like if you want it to be okay, Ivan, how long do you want your movie to be? I don't know, Peter. I want it to be a good 12 to 14 hours long. 12 hours, Ivan. Yeah, you're looking at like a 380, 400 page plus script, Ivan, for your movie. You're looking at something even longer than my Lord of the Rings trilogy, Ivan. Because for Lord of the Rings, I cut out like 80% of what's in the book. Whereas if we follow like 80% of your book, Ivan, and we add like 20% more details, you're looking at like a 400 plus page script, Ivan. You're looking at like, I don't know, 130, 40 pages for volume 1, 160 for volume 2, and maybe 200 for volume 3. You're looking at like a 450 page script, Ivan. You're looking at a long script. Yeah, Peter, I want to tell the story carefully. I don't want to rush everything in one movie. No, I want to tell slowly in three volumes like you did for your trilogy. You have one story in three movies. Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King. God, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Some Sarah? Tell Peter that way he knows. Some Sarah? And then we discuss the story. Okay, we go over the notes that me and VJ took. We discuss some of the changes I want to make in the movie. Okay, Peter, you're on a book. Yeah, I read your book. Okay, Peter, in the book, Taki's eyes go blue. For the movie, I don't want Taki's eyes to go blue. Yeah, I'll now be silly. Yeah, I want his eyes to change, his pupils to change color. Like that Timothy actor in Dune. So Taki's eyes don't glow in the movie, they just change color. His eye colors change. You see what I'm saying? Aratat's eyes, his pupil colors change to the red, orange, yellow. You see what I'm saying? In the movie. Or you can have you don't have to have Aratat's eyes change at all if you want for the movie. You can have his eyes be black or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like you make a few changes. I want Aratat and all those characters to have swords, not axes. That way you get better coordination with fighting. What you're saying? Peter. We don't need to follow the action sequences the way it's described in the book. We can choreograph our own action sequences. Yeah, I want some stuff that was written in the book to be similar to the movie. I would say, well, we can choreograph our own action sequences for the movie. Okay, Peter, do you think Takis and them should do flips? Do you think Takis and Aratat and all them should do flips like Star Wars, or do you think we should stay away from flips? Ivan, I think you should stay away from flips. I think that's a little silly. This is not Star Wars, Ivan. Yeah, it's not Star Wars. I don't think flips are good for the movie. Whereas for the book, it's fine, obviously, but in the movie, I don't want Takis and them doing flips. You see what I'm saying? Okay, Peter, I want to add more scenes with Aratat for Fool and all them. That way we develop Aratat more. Because in the book, Aratat is not developed as much as Takis. He's developed pretty well, but he's not as developed as much as Takis and all them. Let's develop Aratat more. Let's add more scenes with Aratat. Let's develop Takis the First more. Let's add more scenes with Takis the First for the prologue. Let's have more scenes with the Eagles and the Crows. Okay, Ivan, what you're saying, we discussed that with Grandma Tor. Okay, Ivan, what do you want Aratat and all of them to look like? Okay, Peter. And me and VJ, we pull out our folder, we printed out the Google pictures, and we show Peter the pictures that we're thinking of. Okay, I want Aratat to be something like Pennywise the Clown. He has this clownish look. He's a psychotic wolf in the South. He's a devil walking in the South. And Ephesus looks like Aratat, and the wolves look like Pennywise the Clown. They look like psychotic. They have this clownish, psychotic look. They don't copy Pennywise the Clown. No, make it original, but have them look something like Pennywise the Clown. They have this clown's look, and they're psychotic devil beings. They're devil beings in the South. And the bats, I want them to look something like that devil being animal in the High Road of the Boss of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? Peter's like, Ivan, like, what are you thinking of for Aratat? Do you want him to be a full... I'm thinking he should be a full-on CGI wolf. No, Peter. Stay away from full CGI Aratat. Otherwise, we won't be as good. Have the actors wear a mask. Have the actors wear a costume and wear a mask. Ivan, you saying you want Aratat to look natural? No, Peter. I don't want Aratat to look fully natural like your orcs in Lord of the Rings. No. I want the balance. I want him to look really. I want him to look very amazing. But he also looks natural. I don't want him to look. I don't want to be a full on CGI character like Azog in The Hobbit. Like Azog in The Hobbit and Smaug the Dragon. No, I want him to have a more natural look. But he looks very amazing because okay, Ivan. People be like, hey, Ivan, you want the balance of CGI and the practical effects? Yes, Peter. I want the balance. I want the 50-50 balance of the CGI technology and the practical effects. That way you get that way you get a better movie. You have too much CGI in the movie, the world will look too computer like The Hobbit. If you have it look too natural, the movie will also won't be as good. It'll look too natural. You need the balance. You need CGI, and you also need the practical effects. That way you have that 50-50 balance. You know what I'm saying? Tell Peter that the way he knows. And Peter Jackson's shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, you're prepped. You took your notes with your wife. You know what I'm saying? You want to sign your contract with Amazon. You want it released on 4K Blu-ray. You want it released in the box set. You have ideas for how you want your characters to look like. Holy shit, Ivan, you're prepped. Yeah. You have no experience and you're fucking prepped. Yeah. They're shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, you're prepped. You took your notes. You even printed out pictures of ideas you have for the characters. Yeah. I give Peter the Google picture of Pennywise the Clown, those two pictures I showed you. And I also show you the pictures of what? That devil being Annabelle, you know what I'm saying? And I give them, and I show Peter them the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Guillermo del Toro will be like, Ivan, because I heard Guillermo del Toro wanted what? Guillermo del Toro might ask me, Ivan, what about a werewolf? I'm like, no, Guillermo del Toro, I don't want what? Aratat to look like a werewolf. No. It won't be as good, man. It'll be a masterpiece, obviously, like Peter. I don't want Aratat to be a wolf on four legs. Peter will be like, yeah, if you have Aratat to be a wolf on four legs, it'll flop. Yes, if you have Aratat to be a wolf on four legs, the movie will flop. I don't want Aratat to be a werewolf either. I don't want Aratat to look like a werewolf. No. I want him to what? To look like Pennywise the Clown. He's a wolf, but he has like human features. He has human features. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Ivan, how tall do you want Aratat to be? Okay, I want Aratat to be a good like 6'4". I don't want him to be too tall. Have him be a good 6'4". A 6'4" wolf. He's a bit taller than Tactius, obviously. He's like a 6'4" wolf. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He's a 6'4" wolf. You know what I'm saying? He has like hair. He has this clownish look. He has human features, but he looks like he's an animal. He has his big sharp teeth. He has his big pointy ears. He has his big clawed hands. He has his big clawed wolf feet. But he stands on two legs. I don't want him on four legs. No, he stands on two legs. He's a wolf. He's a because in the book when you read it, the wolves are called master wolves. So they're kind of a hybrid of human features and wolves. They're not human, but they're wolves, and they look like humans. They have human features. You see what I'm saying? Oh, Ivan, she's just saying yes. And then John Hallam, okay, Ivan, you want Aratat to look kind of like Pennywise the Clown. He has this clownish look. He's a Clark Wolf, the King of the South, yes. But he also has animal features. He has his big clawed hands, big clawed feet. He has some hair on his hands. He has hair, but he has some human features. Ivan, she's just saying yeah. You see what I'm saying? I see what you're saying. And they draw all the pictures for the wolves and the bats. And Peter and Guillermo del Toro and John Favreau and all of them. Peter might tell me, Ivan, why aren't you a fan of full-on CGI Aratat? Like, CGI is where it's at. Everyone uses CGI in Hollywood for villains. I'm like, Peter, look at your Hobbit trilogy. Look how your orcs turned out, man. They looked amazing, but they looked very computer and cheesy. No, man. I don't want Aratat to be a full-on CGI wolf. The movie, it'll still be a masterpiece, but it won't be as good, man. Have him look... Have the balance of the CGI special effects and the natural look. I don't want the voice actor for Aratat wearing that CGI technology. No. Have the actors actually wear a mask like your orcs did in Lord of the Rings. But I don't want Aratat to look like those orcs in Lord of the Rings. And look, I don't want masks like those orcs in Lord of the Rings. No, otherwise it won't be as good. Have him a professional mask like that. Hey, Ivan, what are you thinking of for the kind of masks and costumes you want to also wear? Okay, I'm thinking this picture in Annabelle. I'm thinking this picture here in Annabelle. You see how this mask is wear professional? I want you to say, yeah, I wanted the actors to wear a professional mask like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You know, and Peter Jackson, John Favreau, and all of them. Ivan, like, why don't you just have Aratat be a PG-13 wolf? You don't have to have him be a rated R devil, Ivan. I'm like, no, guys. I want Aratat to be a rated R devil. If you have him PG-13, the movie won't be as good. It'll still be a masterpiece, but I can't see it being Lord of the Rings. And it won't be as good. You have to have Aratat and be what? Devils. That way you create a more powerful story. Peter Jackson, like, Ivan, you're right. You have Aratat be a devil himself will create a more powerful story. Yes, you have Aratat and them be devils will create a more powerful story. You see what I'm saying? If you have Aratat and them be devils, it will create a more powerful story. I know what I'm doing, guys. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And John Howland, when I do the meeting with Peter and them, I'm going to have John Howland them in the room with me. That way I tell them my ideas. Because they're going to ask me, Ivan, what do you want? What do you want the North to look like? I want the North to look holy like Rivendell. Ivan, do you want it to look like Rivendell? No, like don't copy Rivendell, but I want it to have that holy feel. Like Rivendell. You know how Rivendell looks very holy and peaceful? Yes. It has that peaceful, holy feel. And the South is the opposite. It's cursed. And I want a mystic veil. So when you pass the blood veil and you're now in the South, you have this mystic veil that kind of deceives you, obviously. And then once you pass that veil, you're now in a different atmosphere. You're in Aratat's territory, and he's the king of the South. He was like, "Holy shit, I'm in your crib. That's pretty cool." You know what I'm saying? A mist. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Yeah, Peter. Holy shit, I'm in your crib. You know what I'm saying? You did your research." I'm like, "Yeah, Peter. I did my research." I'm saying, "Yeah." That's why Peter, Guatemala, Toro, John Favreau, they're going to have a blast for my Zane's project. Because the document will be filming all this too, man. Yeah, man. They'll be filming all this, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make sure I tell John Howland and Ali, look, guys, I want Aratat to look something like Pennywise the Clown. He has wolf features, but he has human features. Okay, Ivan, how tall do you want him? Okay, have him be a good 6'4" around there. Okay, you want him to have this clown and psychotic look. Yes, guys, this clown psychotic look, but he's 3 times scarier than Pennywise the Clown. 3 times scary, Ivan. I think that's a bit too scary, Ivan. You can have him 1 time scary. No, guys, I want him 3 times scary. Ivan, that's a bit too scary. Kids want to watch this. Guys, the kids can watch when they're older. I want him to be that scary the way you just for the story, and that's why Zane's the best story ever told in the motion picture. Yeah, man. Some Sarah? Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah, hence why Zane's will have crazy buzz, man. If you thought that buzz with Thanos Infinity War was crazy, nothing compared to the buzz of Zanus. Aratat will make Thanos look good, man. He'll make Thanos features. He'll make Thanos look good, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanos is pretty much just as evil as Aratat, but in terms of like the horror of the wolves, man, he's gonna make Thanos look good. Because in Infinity War, the only villain was Thanos, pretty much, and Thanos and a few other people. Whereas Zanus, you have a lot of villains. You have Aratat, his son Faful, Morale, Bull the Pit Watcher, and you also have Ephesus. You have Aratat's 25,000 wolf army. You know what I'm saying? You have the Cursed Seven Answers of the South. You have Ephesus' army. You have Aratat's crows, the spies of the South. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Remember in Fellowship of the Ring where you had that when the Fellowship. When Frodo, when the Fellowship, they just exit Rivendell, you have that scene when they're walking in what? They're walking in the Valley Mountain. You get that song, remember that? You saw him walking, you see the slow motion, Frodo, Gandalf adjusts his hat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, remember that? Remember the scene afterwards, he's like, spies, they're like, spies from Dougland. You saw the spies and they're like, hide, and they all hide. Yeah, remember that? Well, picture something like that. Aratat's crows are like the spies of the South. Picture something like that, except Aratat's crows talk. Aratat's crows talk, like, you know what I'm saying? So imagine having demon crows who talk and all that stuff. They talk in the movie. Yeah, man. Look at the match, because the eagles talk. Remember the eagles in the Hobbit? In the Hobbit Unexpected Journey? Yeah, think of eagles like that, except they're not as big as those eagles. Those eagles are big enough to carry Gandalf on them. No. The eagles are much smaller than that, but they talk. And they're the Watchers of the North. The eagles are the Watchers of the North. And Aratat's crows are the spies of the South, obviously. They're Aratat's spies. When you read my book, you see what I'm saying. The crows are the spies of the South. They're Aratat's spies. And the eagles are the Watchers of the North. That's really like in the masterpiece that I wrote. People just like, yo, Ivan, you wrote a fucking masterpiece, man. I have so much ideas for your movie. Yeah, man. Look at the masterpiece that I wrote, man. Yeah, man. Looking at a masterpiece that I wrote. Better than even Jared Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. So think something like Rivendell. The North is holy. Ivan, what do you think? Ivan, what are you thinking of? Ivan, what are you thinking of for the North? I'm thinking of when you enter the South, you have a mist. You have a mystic veil, and you're in the South. And then for the North, you have something similar. You have a mystic veil in the North, too. And then once you pass that mist, you're in a different atmosphere, and you're in the holy North. You do something like that. That way so you tell a more interesting story, obviously. So the North is veiled when you pass the Bubble from the South, and the South is veiled when you pass the Bubble from the North. You have veils on both ends of the valley. One side is cursed, the other side is holy. I don't mention the mystic veil in the book. Obviously, I give vague descriptions, but in the movie you can add it. You can have a mystic veil. That way you create a more that way you have a better story. Obviously, and that's why Zane's will be a masterpiece. Obviously, a fucking masterpiece. It's kind of amazing story, man. Something even better than Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, guys. By a slim margin, because Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece. Lord of the Rings is a fucking amazing movie. But Zane's will even beat Lord of the Rings out by a slim margin. And Peter Jackson see the future. He knows. Yeah, I can see the future. I already know how Eric and all like. Yeah, you guys can see me and Zane's. You can see Eric. How you already know what Eric was like. Yeah, you're looking at an amazing movie, man. I'm gonna make, man. Yeah, man. An amazing movie. Yeah, man. Some there. Yeah, and hence why I'm gonna keep saying this. Hence why the Zane's actors are lucky, man. Because they're gonna get to experience that fame with me and my wife and Peter Jackson and all them for Eric being the devil himself. They're gonna experience that fame with me, yeah, man. The greatest of actors and all them are lucky, but they're not as lucky as the Zane's actors, man. Zane's is a unique story. And yeah. My battery's running out, guys. I'm going to have to charge it. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, my battery was at 5%. So I charged it. So you don't have to worry about the video shutting off. I put the charger in my what? I put the charger in my phone. So hopefully my battery doesn't shut off, obviously. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, Zans will be the best movie trilogy ever made. I don't think anything will top that. Man. Right now, Lord of the Rings is, in my opinion, is the best movie trilogy ever made. Once Xanadu is released, it'll beat out even Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Trust me, when Peter Jackson reads the book, he'll finally hit his mind. Yeah, if Ivan puts $985 million towards this kind of story, and he acts as Takis, his wife is Lithia, and you have Eris and them be devils, and you pour all this technology towards world building, better than Pandora Avatar. The action sequences better than Helm's Deep, the Helm's Deep War. And Eretet and the bats and Feces and the bats and all them and the wolves are all demons and devils. I can see his this movie being my Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, you're looking at a masterpiece, guys. Looking at a masterpiece, a fucking masterpiece. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. A fucking masterpiece, guys. And after this video, I'm gonna upload it, and I'm gonna put my pizza in the oven. Because the pizza I buy at the store, the pizza I buy at the at Bob's, obviously, in Elmer, it comes cold. Obviously, it's cold. They make like slices, and it's you select your slices, and it's cold pizza. You can warm it in the store, but I don't like warming it at the store because it's not as good. I like warming it in the oven when it's nice and crispy, nice and crunchy and crispy, and I put my barbecue sauce in it. And it's amazing. I recommend you guys. When you get slices, I recommend you guys try pizza with barbecue sauce on it. Make sure the barbecue sauce is cooked with the pizza, and you warm it. You know what I'm saying? I recommend you guys all you guys in Elmer, if you buy slices at Bob's, I recommend you don't warm it at the store. No, take your slices, warm it in the oven at home, and put barbecue sauce on your slices first, and then warm it at home in your oven with the barbecue sauce. And warm it for a good 10, 12, 15 minutes when it's nice and crunchy, and you eat it with your garlic dip and your 2 drinks. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing fucking pizza, man. I recommend all you guys who order pizza, you get pizza with barbecue sauce on top. If you like barbecue sauce, right? It tastes much better when you have barbecue sauce drizzled on your pizza. But make sure the barbecue sauce is cooked with your pizza. Don't have them drizzle barbecue sauce without when it's not warm with your pizza. No, drizzle the barbecue sauce when you warm your pizza in the oven. It tastes much better. Yeah, man. And I recommend you try pizza with garlic dip or cheddar dip. It's really really good. And don't just eat your pizza one. Don't just eat your crust with your garlic dip. No, eat the whole pizza with your garlic dip. It tastes much better, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind eating pizza with a garlic dip, but you need garlic dip with your pizza. Hence why I recommend you do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hence why I recommend you do that. My battery is at 1%, guys. Oh, I hope it doesn't shut off here, guys. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah. My phone perhaps might shut off, guys. If it does, I'll charge my phone. I'll continue my video. So my phone might perhaps shut off, guys. So you have to bear with me if it shuts off. Because once this charger that I have isn't good. It's not a good charger, obviously. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hence why what? Yeah, obviously. Let's talk about the duties. So Peter Jackson gets his 10 mil signing bonus for the 3 years of pre-production. If he wants like 20, I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you 20 million for pre-production. You're being greedy. I'm not gonna pay you that. You're fucking crazy. But because he's greedy, he might try and ask for 15. Ivan, what about 15, 20 million for him? I'm like, Peter, for Lord of the Rings, you made like 10 million bucks for the fucking whole project of the movie. I'll pay you 10 million bucks for pre-production. It's a good. You're gonna walk away with like a 7 million check in your bank after taxes. It's a lot of money. It's millions of dollars in your bank for 3 years of production. That's enough, Peter. You're being greedy, obviously. And you get your perks. You'll be staying in the best suites in a luxury hotel in Vancouver. Your limo services. You know what I'm saying? You get your, you know what I'm saying? And you're white. You get to experience my Grand Turismo property, my nice studio office, my nice special effects unit building. When we do the concert arts, yeah, and the documentary is filming us, yeah, with independent movie cameras. Maybe a good deal, Peter. You're being greedy. Your feeding's paid for the 1 year. Peter's feeding's paid for the 1 year. Obviously, I could have a buffet for him in the hotel, or I can have him go to I'll have him go to a better buffet in Vancouver. I'll have my team make the cake. Find the best buffet restaurants in Vancouver and have it all booked VIP. Peter Jackson will have this VIP pass. He has this pass, and whenever he goes to the buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, him, Guillermo del Toro, Fran, Barry Osborne, George Lucas, and John Howe, Alan Lee, and the consort Drew Pennywise account, they all get their VIP. In the they get their VIP seating, and they get their VIP for what? For the buffet. And I'll also put money into soft drinks for them. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Look, man, when you book the buffet for Peter and all them, make sure have a deal that includes soft drinks. There's nothing worse than eating a buffet and you drink water. No, have Peter and them get unlimited refills for their soft drinks. Get your 7-Up, you can get your Sprite, your Coke, your Mountain Dew. They can have it with their food. And they also get like unlimited amount of coffee for their breakfast. And for dinner they get their unlimited amount of soft drinks. Was it Peter Jackson and them want to go to the bar and have a beer? They have to pay with their own money. I'm a guy, Peter, I'm not paying for your beer. If you want to go have a beer downstairs in a hotel, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, I don't know, go to a bar in Vancouver with Guillermo del Toro, your wife Fran, and Barry Osborne and all them, you guys have to pay for your own beer. I'm not paying for you, man. I pay you enough money, you can easily pay for your beer. I paid Fran her $1 million in New Zealand money. I paid Barry Osborne his $850,000. Peter got his 10 mil bonus, and he's already loaded. Guillermo del Toro got his $400,000. You see what I'm saying? George Lucas is already rich, and I'm paying him $40,000 as a consultant. They can easily pay for their own beer. That's a good deal. Yes, I'm not gonna let Peter them do it like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna let Peter them do it like that. So let's talk about the duties. So Peter Jackson will get his $10 million signing bonus, which is, I don't know, 13 million New Zealand money. He's gonna make like, I don't know, $6.8 million in his bank. A lot of money for pre-production, obviously. The duties of Peter Jackson, he will help me co-write the script every morning. I'll work on a script for a good 2.5 hours every morning. So from 9 to 12, we work on the script, the Zana script. So it'll be me, Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni. We're going to work on the script. And his wife, Fran's more than happy to help me, but chances are she will not help me. And Peter like, I don't need my wife's help. I can have Fran help Peter Jackson out with the notes if she wants. Fran, you're more than welcome to help Peter out, your husband out with the notes, obviously. But for the script, Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni are more than enough to help me with the script, obviously. That's enough. I don't need more help. From 9 to 12 every morning, I work on the script with Peter Jackson and my two script developers. Every morning, 5 days a week, and I'll give Peter weekends off, obviously. That way he's not stressed out. Give him weekends off. And then in the afternoon, we do the concert arts. We do the concert arts for a good 3.5 hours. So from 1 to 5, we do the concert arts. We do the concert arts for 4.5 hours. Yeah, 4.5 hours every afternoon. So it'll be me, Peter, Guillermo del Toro, VJ, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and like George Lucas can join us if he wants. And you can have Fran join us if she wants, obviously. You can have her help Peter out. We're going to do the concert arts, and we're going to discuss the movie, the changes should be made, the story. We're going to discuss the world building and the characters. And John Howe and all of them are going to hang up all the pictures. This nice professional concert art equipment, obviously. This nice board, this nice concert art room, you know what I'm saying? And we discuss what pictures we like for the characters, for the animal characters, as well as the world building. You know what I'm saying? The costumes of the Southerns, the costumes of the Northerns, the world building, all the lands, the kind of weapon. I'm gonna have John Howe and them even design weapon designs for tactics and all that. Okay, I want you guys also drawing some of the weapon designs, the kind of weapons we're gonna use in the movie. Okay, what do you want the swords to look like? What color do you want them to be? You know what I'm saying? Have John Howe draw all that, and we discuss what pictures we like, what pictures we don't like. You know what I'm saying? And then Peter will, and then I'll have Guillermo del Toro, Fran, Barry Osmond. They're going to be in the office with the 7 team, and they're going to help out. They're going to help them out with business calls. That way you take the stress off your 7 team. And then Peter, I'll only have him make calls for the main 6-7 things, and that's it. Peter will be doing dirty work. Obviously, he'll be helping as writing the script is dirty work. Sitting in a room for 4.5 hours discussing stuff is dirty work, obviously, but it's nothing compared to how much the other guys are doing. It's me and Peter, Peter, and Vijay will be chilling pretty much. Whereas everyone else will be doing dirty work. Guillermo del Toro, Fran, Peter's wife, Barry Osborne, and the 7 team are going to be doing all that dirty work. We're going to have to make all those business calls. Help him make all those business calls, obviously. And that's why you pay him a lot of money. And Peter, because he's my executive producer, I'll only have him make the calls, help me, Vijay make the calls for the main 7 things. And I'll have him consult with the 7 team sometimes, a little bit. And that's it. And Peter Jackson has to take his notes. Every time we write the script for that day, when he goes to his hotel, I'll have Jon Favreau and them print out a copy of the script, and then Peter Jackson takes his notes. With Guillermo del Toro, you can have George Lucas, Guillermo del Toro, and Fran help him out with his notes in a nice luxury hotel suite. I'm saying, Peter, I want you taking your fucking notes. I don't want you winging like you did for The Hobbit. Even if Peter winged it for my movie, it'd probably still be a pretty good movie. But Peter, I want you prepared. I don't want something messy happening like your Hobbit fucking trilogy. I need you to be prepped for this movie, man. And you will be, because I pay him a lot of money. Listen to me. I'm king now. Don't hate me.